Hello, my YouTube friend. In this video, I'm going to show you my New York City Comic Con comic haul. That's right, I bought comic books this year, and it was a lot of fun. So I was kind of dreading going to Comic Con this year because the crowds are always overwhelming. As you guys know, I collect Funko Pops. I was kind of dreading trying to get the rare Funko Pops I wanted. So I went in kind of not in the best mood. Normally I would film a lot of booth tours. I didn't feel it this year. And I was telling my wife that, and she said, you know what, just go to Comic Con and have a fun time. Go for you and don't worry about filming or anything. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I went in, I was kind of the dreaded feeling. I tried to do some Funko stuff and I just didn't feel it. So I decided, you know what, the comic book area is usually a little bit less crowded, which is sad because people really don't go to Comic Con to buy comic books. They go more for the pop culture stuff. So the comic area is always kind of easy to walk through and it's less crowded. So I was like, you know what, let me go hang out there for a few hours and see if I can find anything. Normally when I go to that area, I look at a few booths and the prices are all really high. So I never really think, I want to dig and hunt. But this year I figured there's got to be a few booths that have cheaper comic books or comics at a good deal. So the first thing I did was I saw a box that said Golden, Silver Age, Bronze Age comics, $5 each. It's like, okay, $5 each. If I can find some cool Golden Age stuff, I'll pay $5. There's a lot of Silver Age stuff I'll pay $5 for as well. So I looked through and like the third comic in was this Golden Age Porky Pig comic for $5. Now I saw the Leprechaun. I love leprechauns. I feel they're a little bit lucky. So anytime I see a leprechaun, I'm like, that's good luck. So I was like, I have to grab this because I know it'll bring me good luck to the con and make it a better con. So not in the best shape. $5 is probably right about what it's worth. It wasn't like a big deal, but still it was a cool Golden Age comic book for $5. So after that, I knew it was time to hunt for comic books. So in this video, I'm going to show you this stack of comic books I bought from a $5 bin. This bag of comics I bought from another $5 bin. This bag of comics I bought from a $3 bin. And this giant stack of comic books I bought from a $4 bin. Okay, let's go through this stack of comics. So as we go through the comic books, I'm going to use my iPad to look up everything I bought. I just want to see if I got a good deal. Usually when I buy comics at cons or at garage sales or flea markets, I just use my brain. I don't bring a phone. I don't have any information on me. I use 100% just my knowledge. So let's do this first stack. So this was the first comic I bought. This whole stack was out of the $5 bin. This looks like a Dell 4 color. All right, so this is probably like a good plus, very good minus, something like that. So I'm looking on here. It's Dell 4 color, number 426. On my comic shop, a good is $360. Good plus is $430, good, very good, $5. So I basically paid market value on that one. But again, like I said, this is the first comic. I bought it specifically because it had a leprechaun on the cover. Okay, we got the New Inferior 5, number 7. Love the cover. Okay, so I would say this one is probably a very good. It's got some tanning, but there's really no creases or tears. So it might even be like a very good plus. So on here, we got a very good is $10. So $5 was at least half price. It might have been better. Awesome cover. Love that issue. All right, Metal Man number 19. This one, again, is a very good. Probably it's got a little bit of spine ticks, but it's not too tanned. So it's a very presentable cover. That's usually what I look for when I'm looking for older comics. I'm looking for ones that are like a very good, around a 4 to 5 at a really good price. Because that's a good enough condition that you can enjoy it. You're not really looking at it and thinking, oh, I need to upgrade it. So my comic shop, they have very goods with a detached centerfold and detached one staple, $11 each. The good is $5. Very good fine is $13. I'm guessing it's closer to a very good fine. I just want to look at what the very good fine looks like. Yeah, if I'm looking at the issue that they have in here, this has a similar amount. This actually might even be a little bit better than the one they have for sale. So $5 is a great price on that. Okay, Challengers of the Unknown number 21. Not in the best shape. This one's probably only a good because it has some creasing here, a little bit of scratching, a little bit of creasing, and it's got a bit of a spine roll. But it's complete. It's not detached or anything. So it's a solid good. Maybe even a good plus. Because I've seen goods with actual chunks missing. But it is a 10-cent DC. 10-cent DCs I'll buy any day. As long as they're presentable, $5 is a no-brainer on them. Okay, so looking on here, they have a fair good at $8.99, a regular good with a cover detached for $12, a good plus for $15 with some chipping. So it's probably in that like $12 to $15 range. So $5 is a really good price on that. Okay, we have Challengers of the Unknown number 58. Now this one has some tanning. Tanning is one flaw that bothers me a lot, but the rest of the issue doesn't look that bad. There's no major creases or anything that really distracts from it. So it's very presentable. It's an issue I'm happy to have. Now, I really need to make lists of what I need because I know I'm probably buying stuff I have already occasionally. This one I don't think I have, but you never know. Okay, so we have here, very good is 8. So it's at least a very good. It might even be a very good plus stuff fine. So $5 was a decent price on that. Not a huge steal, but still a decent price. Okay, then we have Challengers of the Unknown number 59. This one looks really nice. There's maybe some very, very light chipping on the edge and a little bit of a light wear there, but solid, very good plus, fine maybe. So here, very good, they have an 8. Fine, they have a 15. So this is somewhere in that $8 to $15 range. So $5 is a good price on that. Awesome cover. Okay, Angel and Ape number 3. Okay, so this one that's currently out of stock on my comic shop. I'm looking at number 2 in a good minus is $5. This is probably a very good. It does have a kind of heavier tanning, but no major tears or rips. Absolutely love the cover. You know, Wallywood does the interiors. I think it's Bob Oskner did the covers. That I'm gonna have to double check. But, you know, for $5, that's probably a good price. I bet this is a $10 to $15 comic. Okay, and then number 2, again, pretty decent shape. You know, just very light spine ticks, a little bit of tanning in this area. Overall, it's probably a very good. So, again, $5 is a good price. Black Hawk 243, I love this cover. So this one, again, is probably a very good. That's kind of the conditions I look for when I buy older comics. Where, you know, it just has some browning, some tanning, and some light creases, but there's no major damage, so it's very presentable. On my comic shop, they have very goods at $4, so I probably paid right around market price. I might even overpaid slightly, but still, very awesome comic. Okay, we have Brother Power, the Geek number 2. So again, this one's very presentable. It's, I don't really see any major damage. You know, just a very light hints of spine wear. So this is probably very good plus, maybe even a fine. So this one, I see one is a very good plus with oxidation. So that's probably similar condition. They're asking $9. So $5 is a pretty good price on that. Awesome. Okay, we have Amazing Adventures number 12. This is the 3rd Hairy Beast, I believe. It looks really nice. It's probably around a fine, very good plus, somewhere around there. You know, like a 4 to 5-ish. It's got a little bit of wear there, but overall, it's very clean looking, very presentable. Now, I think I have this one, but the condition looked really nice. I don't remember if mine is in nice shape or not. So here they're selling, let's see, very goods are $4, very good fine or a 5.0 is $13, fine minus or a 5.5 is $15 to fine is $29. So this is anywhere from like $11 to $30. $5 was a steal. I think, oh, you know what? When I opened it up, I double checked it. I think it does have one little tear right there, and that's probably what brings it down. But still easily a 4. So this $5 is a great price on that. Okay, we have the Creeper number 4. Okay, again, this one's about a very good. You know, there's stuff in the box that were more beat up, so I'd always skip over the ones that are more beat up and look for ones kind of in this condition or better. This one in my comic shop has very goods for $4. No, very good is $6. Very good minus is $5.60. So $5 is right around the market value on that. Okay, Defenders number 4. I believe this is the first appearance of Valkyrie in the Defenders line. It looks really nice. It would be a fine, but I didn't realize this staple's popped, so that brings it down. But it's very presentable, and I don't remember if my copy looks as nice. Sometimes I don't mind a pop staple if it's like high grade otherwise, but you can buy it for the price of one that looks beat the hell. But that's the thing, when you're super busy, crazy, sometimes, all right, so they don't even have any in stock. But you look at issue number 5, and it's like $14 for a very good plus, $9 for a good. And this issue is more in demand. Actually, let me check eBay. All right, so just checking eBay. There's a good 2.0. It's selling for $11, or it's sold for $11 plus 4. So someone paid $15 for one that's really ratty looking. So this one is very presentable. It probably would have been a 5 or 6 if it wasn't for that staple. A pop staple does bring the condition way down, but I prefer a pop staple that looks beautiful than one that's considered the same condition, but it looks beat up. So this is actually, I think $5 was a really good. I think even in this condition, still probably $10. Awesome comic. Okay, we have Green Lantern number 38. This one is very nice looking. You know, couple little hints around the edge of wear. Again, very good to find somewhere around there. I'm a huge fan of the Silver Age DC stuff. The covers are just so much fun. And it's relatively cheap compared to Marvel. I mean, I love the Marvel stuff too, but the Marvel stuff starts getting really pricey for a lot of the stuff from the 60s. Okay, so there's one they're having, let's see, a good, very good at 3 is 10. A very good 4.0 is 15. A very good plus is 17. So I'm guessing this is probably around a $15 comic. So $5 is a great price. Now, most of these I have opened up just to double check, because sometimes they look really nice, and then when you get them open, it's like the back cover's missing. So most of these, I think I did double check just to see if there's more damage that I couldn't see just looking in the bag, because that does affect. Like this one, when I opened it up, I realized the staple was detached. So all of a sudden it went from like a 5 or 6 down to like a 2 or 3. But I was still very happy because I think the price was really good. And this one just presents really, really well. There's no, like, anytime there's a big crease or a big tear or lots of little creases that really take away from it, I feel like you can't enjoy it as much. But in this condition, at a 4 to 5, you have a little bit of hints of wear, but overall, the image is still intact. It's very beautiful. Love it. Okay, we have Challengers of the Unknown number 49. I really need to put a list of the ones I need together from this line, because I love, you know, kind of oddball sci-fi stuff. Again, very presentable. This is probably a very good copy. Maybe a very good minus, just because these creases are a little bit heavier right there. Let's see. So they have a good, very good for $3.30. Very good at $7.49. So $5 is probably right on spot for the price it should be. Now, this issue I hadn't seen before. Absolutely love this cover. It's in pretty decent shape. It has a couple heavier spine ticks, but it's not oxidized. You know, the paper's just off-white, and it's very glossy, and it looks beautiful. This is definitely like a 4 to 5. There's only 3 issues, I think, in this series, but I need to get them because I absolutely love the cover. So this is a very good minus is, let's see, $8.80, and this is a missing staple. It's a manufacturer flaw. A cover detached at 1 staple, good, very good, $7.70. So in this condition, I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a $15 comic. So $5 was a really good price on that. You know, issue number 3 at very good fine is $10. So, and I think this cover's better than issue number 3, if you can kind of see. So definitely, I'm really happy I picked that up. I love kind of weird sci-fi like that. Okay, and then we have the New Inferior 5 number 8. Now this one is very tanned. So that, to me, that brings down the value. But usually when I see grading, tanning doesn't affect as much as rips and tears and that kind of stuff. So I still think this is probably like a 4. Just because there's no other major rips, tears, or creases. It's browned. That's the only big distractor from that. Here they're selling a good 2.5 for $5. So I feel like $5 is a good price on this. It's probably like a $7 to $10 comic. Okay, pretty awesome. So the first vendor, I was really happy with that. A couple issues that are a steal. A few issues that kind of paid their value, but overall, I am super happy with that stack. Let's go through this bag of comics. Okay, next from the same vendor, they also had a $3 box, and I found some cool stuff in there. So we have Tales of the Unexpected number 101. I just love all these cool Silver Age sci-fi covers. I think they're awesome. Okay, so this one, very good, is $7. So $3 was actually probably a really good price on that. Probably about half value. Okay, number 97 from this series. This one has a little bit of a tape pull right there, so that brings it down. It's probably just like a 3. Maybe a 3.5, because the rest of the issue is pretty solid. But again, it was $3. $3 is kind of brings the threshold down a little bit of what I'm willing to pay or accept in condition. Like if this is $5, I probably would have skipped it. Okay, so they're selling very good plus at 8. So in this condition, it's probably like a $5 to $6 comic. So $3 is a really good price. Oh, I love this cover. This cover is awesome. And the condition is pretty good. It's got a little bit of creasing right here. So it's, you know, it's probably a very good. And they're selling a good, very good for $5 on my comic shop. So this is probably a little bit higher grade than that. Issue 101, right before this, they're selling a very good for $7. Yeah, so this is probably more like a $6 to $7 comic. So $3 is really good on that. Awesome. Okay, we have Swing with Scooter. Love this cover. This cover is awesome. Okay, so this one, in this condition, it's probably very good, I'm guessing. I mean, it's harder with darker colors because it wears more, so it's easier to see the damage. But overall, it's pretty presentable. Now, my comic shop has a good at $5 and a very good plus at 14. So I'm guessing this is more like a $7 to $10 comic. So $3 is a great price. Okay, and then we have Swing with Scooter number 12. Also, another awesome cover. I kind of need to buy this whole series. I love the way they look. They have great covers. Okay, and this is a Bob Osner cover. So obviously his stuff is fun. I like his stuff. This one, they're sold out. I think this one is going to be worth more. Go check eBay. And this one is, it's got a little bit of staining right here and a little bit of wear, so it's probably a very good plus. It's very, very presentable. And I can't even find one sold. So I'm assuming this one is kind of rarer. My comic shop, it sold out. And there wasn't any that sold on eBay. Only in one bigger lot. No, the bigger lot is missing number 12. So this one didn't even sell on eBay. There's no like unsold listings. There's no listings at all. So I'm assuming this one's kind of rare. Especially with such an awesome cover. I'm guessing the value is $10, $20, something like that. Awesome. Okay, Tomahawk 112. Love this cover. I love just the dynamic action and the color selection. I feel like they don't make comic covers as awesome as this anymore. You usually don't have this awesome action. All right, let's look. This one is a nice. This is definitely solid, very good to find. It's a little bit of wear right here, but overall it's very presentable. Again, right in that condition that I really appreciate, because it makes it cheap enough that you can afford it, but nice enough that you can enjoy it. So they're selling very goods for $5. So $3 is probably a little bit of a discount. Superman 269. So it's an awesome Nick Cardy cover. I love his artwork. I really want to put together a collection of all the covers he's done. So this one, really nice shape. This is easily a fine. It has a little bit of a date on there. I don't think that affects condition too much. Definitely like a 5 or 6, maybe even a 7, because I don't see any major damage on it. You know, like a little bit of wear. Very beautiful looking comic book. This one, they're selling a fine for $5. So this is easily worth more than the $3 I paid. Awesome. Okay, we have another cool Superman. We have Superman 267. Another cool Nick Cardy cover. I absolutely love the way he lays the covers out. You know, he's got the horizon kind of at an angle, so it gives it a little bit of tension. He's got the action. These guys are coming in. You can see that Superman's been defeated somehow. You can see these people are panicking because they need Superman to save them. They're absolutely terrified. There's so much storytelling going on just in this one simple image. I love it. That's the thing with Nick Cardy, is he's able to tell a storyline on his covers. And I think that's very beautiful. Now this issue is, again, in really nice shape. You know, I don't see any major damage. It's slightly worn, but this is probably a 6 to 7 again. They're selling a fine for $5, so I'm guessing in this condition it's easily a $5 to $10 comic book. Super happy to have that. Now some of these I might have already. When I see Nick Cardy, I'm like, I have to have it, and if I have it already, it might be an upgrade to what I have. I really need to make a list of what I need of his stuff though, because I absolutely love it. Okay, another great Nick Cardy cover, Superman 271. I love the tension in it. Just even the way he proportions everything, it always tells a story, and I love it. Again, this one is in pretty decent shape. Easily a fine plus, even a very fine. So here they're selling a fines for $6, or fine plus for $6.50, a fine $5, fine plus $6.50. So it's easily worth, you know, it was $3, easily worth $5 to $7. Awesome comic. Okay, we got Superman 273, another Nick Cardy cover. Again, there's a storytelling. You can see this guy is kind of lording over this group of people. They're throwing cans and tomatoes at Superman. Superman looks defeated, so it's like an emotional defeat. Very awesome. Just the action and the storytelling in this cover is amazing. I absolutely love it. Again, also very high grade. All of these, the only distractor on all these issues is that they have a date on it. So it came from a collection where the newsstand dated them. Other than that, they're really nice looking. And again, a fine is like $6, fine plus $7.20. So $3 was a great price on that. And I love these covers. I know I have some of them already. I need to make my list, but I'm really happy to pick up more for a cheap price. Okay, we got Superman 283, another awesome cover. Again, it's Nick Cardy. Superman's flying in the window, turning into Clark Kent, although he's a funny looking Clark Kent here. Well, I guess he's being Chris Del Bart, so somewhere else being Superman. I don't know. There's something weird going on with the storyline, but there's a whole storyline going on in this simple action. There's so much storyline in this beautiful artwork. I love it. I love it. There's something about his covers where there's always something being told, and it's not just a simple image just to represent the character. It's representing the character with a storyline, and I love that. I think the best covers are the ones where they do have a storyline, and they're not just one simple static image. Let's see. This one is $5 for a fine. So this one has a bit more spine ticks on it, so it's maybe just a fine, maybe a fine plus. So $3 was still a great price on that. Okay, we have Superman 289. I'm not sure if this is a Nick Hardy. This might be a Kurt Swan cover. Yeah, this is a Kurt Swan cover. Bob Oxner did the inks. I mean, both of them make great art. So this is still a pretty cool cover, and I do like this thing they did in the 60s and 70s where they take a picture and then add a little art to it. Let's see. This one doesn't go for as much. They're selling a fines for $3. So $3 is probably right what it's worth. Obviously, it's not as good of a cover as some of the Nick Hardy ones. Still a very cool comic. Okay, we have Super Team Family Giant number 8. I love the cover. Super awesome cover. They're fighting a big dinosaur. It's in pretty nice shape, especially for kind of a thicker issue. The thicker issues tend to have a little bit more wear to them. So this one is probably a very good plus to a fine, maybe even a fine plus. It does have one little kind of crease going here. The rest of the edges aren't too bad. The corners slightly worn down, but it's not bad at all. It's very presentable. It looks very nice. Let's see. A very good fine is $3.60. That says oxidation, so it's better than that. Fine $4.40. So $3 is probably right around the right price for that. Maybe a little bit under market. Awesome comic. I love it. Okay, number 10, also from the same Super Team Family Giant series. Another really fun cover. This one is in nicer condition. This one might be a fine plus, maybe even a very fine, because I don't really see. There's a little bit of soiling right here, but I don't see any creases. The blacks are black. Very nice looking copy. Okay, so they're selling a very good at 3, a fine at 5, a fine plus at 6, very fine minus at 7, and a very fine at 14. So this $3 is a great price. This is probably easily a $5 to $10 comic, maybe even more if it does go into the very fine level. I'm not sure exactly how much this little bit of soiling brings it down. Very beautiful comic. Love it. Okay, we have some Golden Age stuff. Tom and Jerry. I don't know what issue this is. So Tom and Jerry 151. It's not bad. I mean, it's probably a good plus. It has a subscription crease. Has a little. This is more like a scratch, not a rip. And then the spine's a little bit beat up, so it's probably like a good plus, very good minus. It's very presentable for a Golden Age comic, and a comic in this condition from the Golden Age, I'll buy. I'll buy almost anything. I'd probably buy hundreds of comics in this condition from that era. Let's see what my comic shop has it. They're selling a very good minus at $3.20. So $3 is probably around the market value. Still, I really love old comics like that. So $3, I mean, maybe I should go on my comic shop and buy more. They have a whole bunch of very goods at $3 to $4. And this one, probably closer to very good. There's no, I mean, it's got a little bit of wear on the edge, like yellow marks, a little bit of a crease right here, spine test. So maybe it's like a very good minus. Very good. So they're selling good, very goods for $2.80 and a very good for $4. So it's right around that condition. Let's look at what they have. They have a good, very good scanned. So their good, very good looks about the same condition-wise amount of wear. Maybe slightly better, although this one has more of a big crease there. Although that's about the same. So yeah, $3 is probably right around the market price. Still very happy with that. Awesome comic. Okay, we have Tor number 1. This one has a little bit of soiling on the white and a little teeny, so it's probably like a very good plus. It's not that bad looking overall. It's very presentable. I love the Joe Kubert cover. I love when artists put the title into the art itself and it looks like this big monolithic title. That is cool. So here they're selling a very good for $2.40, a fine minus for $3.20. So $3 is probably right at the market value for that. Still, I was very happy to pick that up. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, we have Anthro number 6. I love these Anthro covers. They're just very fun. I love just the way the logo, the girls look cute. I like his smug smile. I love the coloring, the yellows and the purple and stuff. And just the logo is really fun. Let's see. And then this, and it's in really nice shape. I would say it's a fine probably. There's no major damage. It's just slightly yellowed. Very, very lightly though. It's not bad at all. So they're selling a very good for $7.60, a fine minus for $10, and a fine for $14, and a fine plus for $17. So I'm guessing this is in the $10 to $15 range. That was actually a really good price on that one. Awesome. Okay, Anthro number 3. This one, again, actually this one is more tan. There's no major damage. All the colors are vibrant. There's no wear to it. Maybe a little bit of a spine tick there. Overall, just very beautiful looking. Because it's a darker color, you don't really notice the tanning as much. The only places you really notice it are on the comic code and there where you notice it's tanned. But because everything else is a darker color, you don't really notice. Even the white around here is better, so it's almost just the edge is tanned. So this one, probably a fine. Let's see, they have fines at $9, very good fines at $5. So this is, you know, $5 to $10 comic. Pretty good price at $3. Okay, and then we have Anthro number 5 and 5. This one is more tanned, and you can really see it's like a dark tan here, and you can really see it down here. That one is not as nice because of the tanning. Other than that, though, there's no tears or rips or any major damage. So it's still very presentable. Probably like a very good define. Very good minus, they have at 5. Very good at 6. Very good fines at 7. So this is probably a $5 comic. $3 is a good price. Pretty awesome. Next year, I'm definitely going to hit their booth again to see what they have in their cheaper bins, because that was fun. Let's go through this bag of comics. Okay, so throughout the day, I walked around looking at different people, different booths. A lot of the booths would have similar comics at full value or above value. So it's really hard for me to think, oh, I want to buy from this booth. Anytime I go to a booth and everything I see is super high priced, I kind of pass it up. But then I found another booth and they had more $5 comics. I love looking for the $5 Silver Age stuff because even at $5, you don't really overpay. You know, if the condition is too low that some of them sell for $3 to $4, paying $5, you're not really losing money. You're losing maybe a little teeny bit. In a lot of cases, you might be grabbing an issue that's in a little bit better condition than it's valued or what it's priced at. So we have Secret 6 number 3 with a really fun cover. This one is, I mean, it's a black cover, so you see a lot of wear in it. And it's a little bit soiled in the white. It's not really tanned or anything. The whites are actually very white. Yeah, the edge is just a little bit off-white. So relatively good shape. I would say probably a very good. They're selling very goods for 6. No, very good is 5. Very good fine. So a 5.0 is 6.7. A fine is 12. So $5 is probably right at market value. Still a cool cover. I'm happy to have it. Okay, we have Lois Lane number 90. This one I thought just looked really nice. The red is very vibrant. Now, the spine has a little bit of wear on it. Other than that, I thought it was in pretty decent shape. I really liked the cover, too. I thought it was fun artwork. So in this condition, it's probably very good to find somewhere. I'm not sure exactly how much the rubs bring the condition down. But, like, the rest of the issue looks very nice. There's a little bit of browning and soiling here. Just a little bit. It's very presentable. It might be a fine. I'm not an expert grader. I just know kind of the general range that things are in. And they had a lot more Lois Lanes. I need to make a list of all the ones that I still need. I have most of the key issues. I even have a number 1, although my number 1's coverless. But it would be nice to work on it a little bit. Because it's a relatively cheap series from the Silver Age. Okay, so they have very good fines at $5, a fine at $12. So it's probably right at the $5 price. So it wasn't a steal. Still a very cool comic. Okay, so this is fun. They had a Golden Age DC comic, Gangbusters, number 53. Condition, it looks very presentable, but the spine is cracked, so it's actually detached. So it's a low grade based on the detached cover, but it is complete, and just in the bag, it looks very presentable. It's not missing anything. So $5 I thought was a pretty good price on that. And that when I grabbed it out of the bin, I didn't know it was detached, so it was lower grade than I thought it was going to be, but I thought the way it looked at $5, I thought $5 was a steal. So it's probably closer to its value. So I didn't really get like a big deal on it. All right, let's see. A 53. They have a fair at $5. And they're selling a good, very good. It says cover detached, $14. So this is actually probably closer to the $14. So $5 is probably really good. This might be a $10 comic in that condition. Thought that was awesome. Anytime I can get early silver, late golden age DC comics for $5 or less, I'm really happy. You don't see that stuff very often. Okay, Doom Patrol number 116. Awesome cover. As you can see, most of the time when I'm buying stuff, I'm buying it for the cover. I just love a beautiful cover. Okay, so this is very good, maybe. It's got a little bit of wear here, but it's not that bad. Very good minus is $8. I'm guessing this is more like a $10 comic. So $5 is a really good price on that. Okay, Challengers of the Unknown, number 45. Definitely grabbing a bunch of these recently. I need to make a list of what I need and start working on it more, because I love the covers. So this one, again, is probably a very good, maybe very good plus. It's got a little bit of wear taking the color off, so that's a distractor, but other than that, it's not bad. All right, so they're selling a very good for $11. Very good minus $5. So this is right Probably closer to the very good, maybe even a little bit more than that. So definitely a good price at $5. Okay, Tomahawk number 89. Love this cover. I love tree monsters and stuff in general. So I thought this was cool. I had to have this one. This one, it has a little bit of staining and soiling like right here. Like it's on his face a little bit. It looks like it might have been food damage or something back in the day. And a little bit right here. But other than that, it's pretty presentable. It's probably like a good plus. Maybe very good minus, I'm guessing. Okay, so they have very good plus at 11, a good at 4. So $5 is probably right around the market value for that. So not a bad price, not a good price, but still pretty cool. I think it looks very presentable. You don't really notice the damage until you really look close. So I thought that was cool. Okay, so we have a Showcase Presents number 68. Really fun cover. I love just the way she looks. She looks really cute. I love her outfit. I like just how all the characters look. I like how the horizon's a little bit of an angle, so it gives it a little bit of tension. Very beautiful looking comic book and pretty decent shape. It's got a little bit of a wear on the color there, a little bit like creases. But again, it's in that like very good defined condition. It's right around where I like to find them. As long as they're in like this condition or better, I think they're very presentable. And usually in this condition, it's cheap enough that's very affordable, but it's still very presentable. So here they have good, very good at 6. Very good plus at 11, a fine minus at 13, and a fine plus at 18. So I'm guessing this is around the $10 to $15 range. $5 is a great price on that cover. Captain America 121. Now, normally I would be going after Marvel stuff, but I have a lot of the Marvel stuff. So it's not something I grab as often as the DC recently, just because I think I have it. But this one just looked really nice. I thought, you know, it's got a little bit of wear on the spine, a little bit of a crease here, but the yellow is really striking and the whites are white. That was awesome. And I don't remember if I have this issue. So I figured at $5, why not? If I have it, I can always get my $5 back or maybe even make a profit on it. Because $5 felt like a really good price on this issue. Just for the condition. It's, you know, again, it's probably like a very good plus, maybe even a fine. Yes, so they're selling a fine at 17, a good, very good at 5. So this is definitely probably like a $10 comic. So even if I have it already, I could double my money on it easily. So the one they have at 6.0, it has a little bit of color rub right there. A little bit of a crease right here, a little bit of damage right there. So my issue, I think, is pretty much similar to this issue. So this might be a $15 comic. I really need to make a list of all the Marvel stuff I need. Actually, I should make a list of all the Silver Age stuff I need, just so that if I go to Comic Cons and I want to search for cheap comics, I can see what I need. Because they had a whole bunch of other Captain America in the bin, and they also had a whole bunch of Tales of Suspense and other things that I need to I have most of them, but there's a few issues I would like to fill in. Of at least the cheaper stuff. I don't have the key issues, but I have most of, like Captain America, I have most of the issues from like 102 on. I might be missing a dozen, so it would be nice to have a list. Okay, next we have Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s number 3. I absolutely love this cover, and the condition is very high grade. This is probably around a very fine. It had like one little teeny stain right there, but it's very white, very clean. Definitely one I think I have already, but mine is tanned if I remember correctly. So I figure for $5, why not? Just for the condition. Condition alone, it just looks very beautiful. I don't know if it's really worth much more in that condition, but I was willing to do the gamble at $5. So their best copy they have is a fine for $6. So this is definitely worth more than the $5. I think this is closer to a very fine. Okay, and then we had number 4. Again, really nice grade. There's no signs of anywhere. It's not, the whites are pretty white, only very slightly tanned. Very, very slightly. This is the kind of grade that if you find it, you're just happy to find. Because you don't see comics this old in that condition that often. So they're selling a fine, very fine for $8. So I'm thinking this is closer to maybe like a $10 issue, because this is closer to a very fine. You know, more like an 8 than a 7. Okay, and then we have number 5, again in that really high grade. And for the blacks, you don't see any wear in it. So it's nice. Beautiful comic book. They're selling a fine for $6. So again, this is probably in like the $10 range. So $5 is a great price for that. Okay, and then we have Modeling with Millie number 47. I was looking for Modeling with Millie and Patsy Walker. I couldn't find that many there. The Patsy Walkers, every single one, people wanted like $50, $100, really high prices for later issues. If it was, you know, number 20, I can understand the high prices, but, you know, 12-cent Patsy Walkers for $10, $20, just too much for me. I'll slowly work on my collection. Okay, this one, they're selling a fine for $18. This one's not a fine. It's probably very good. It's got some soiling and some tanning on the edge there, but it still looks pretty nice. There's no major tears or creases, but it does have the distracting factor, so it's probably more like a very good very good minus maybe. I'm not sure how much this tanning brings it down because that's very distracting. But it's a good enough condition. I think $5 is a good price. I think it's worth a little bit more than that. Okay, and then I grabbed one Tales of Suspense. I might have this issue. I just don't remember this cover as well. They had a lot of Tales of Suspense in their $5 bins. I need to make a list of the ones I need because I love the covers. Obviously, it's awesome early Marvel stuff. I just don't know what I need. I don't want to buy a whole bunch of duplicates. I mean, unless it looks like a really high grade for $5. This looks like a very good minus. It's got enough little tears and creases. But okay, so on my comic shop, they're selling a good plus for $7. Good, very good for $17. Here's another good, very good for $9. And I'm guessing it's probably around a good, very good minus maybe. I'm gonna look to see what their very good minus looks like. That's the one thing I like about my comic shop is you can look at pictures of the grades, so you can kind of compare yours to what they have. So like this one, they're a very good minus. I would say the amount, this one has more of a rolled spine, but the spine isn't as worn as this. So I think, but this one has a few extra bigger creases on it. So this, yeah, this definitely looks probably like a 3.5. I think this is a similar condition. So they're selling for $10. So $5 is a steal on that. I definitely need to make a list of the ones I need because I could probably fill in all the issues I need for at least from like 80 up, maybe even 70 up, except for a couple of the key issues for $5 a piece. $5 a piece is great. So I'm happy with that sack. That was pretty awesome. Let's go through this bag of comics. Okay, so this final stack I got out of a toy company, I believe. They're mostly selling toys, but they also had a giant selection of $4 comics. It was all silver, bronze, and golden age. $4 is awesome. Pull this back a little bit. So we got more Challengers of the Unknown. I really need to make a list of what I need because I start grabbing them when I see them for $4 or $5 just because I think they're awesome. I think I even made a grab some duplicates. So this looks like a very good. So $4 is probably slightly under market value, so it was a good price. Not a steal, but awesome. We have My Little Margie, not sure the number. It's a Silver Age Charlton comic. You don't see those too often. Super cute cover. Love it. Now, it looks really nice. I mean, it's got a little crease here and a spine wear and some chipping, so it's probably only a good plus. I don't think it's a very good. I think there's enough damage to bring it down. But overall, it's very presentable. And there's like a little chip there. It's the little chips and the little major damage or bigger damage that brings it down. But when you're looking at the cover, it's very presentable. For a Golden Age comic, I think it's awesome. Okay, so I'm looking at my comic shop. They only have one copy. They're calling it a very good plus, but it has a 1-inch spine split for $32. I'm going to look at the condition. All right, so there's... Yeah, it definitely looks slightly better. It doesn't have as much of the chipping, but overall, I don't think this is much worse than this. So this might even be a very good minus, because that's a very good plus. I don't think it's a very good minus. $4 is a steal on this. I'm guessing this grade it's 15 to 20 bucks. Very awesome. Happy with that. Now check it out. A 10-cent Superman. You know, it's not in perfect condition. It's got like on the bottom here, it looks like a fingerprint or some kind of damage. And I think this staple, if I remember, is detached, but it's complete. It's all there. You know, it's definitely a solid good, maybe even good plus. It's a 10-cent Superman, even in lower grade. It's worth picking that up for $4. You don't see those very often. Yeah, you're looking at my comic shop. They're selling a fair with a near complete spine split for $8. This is better than that. A fair good at $12, a fair good at $12. And another one at 12. So this is probably closer to like that 1.5, maybe a 2. So definitely probably a $10 to $20 comic book. Awesome. Really happy with that. I don't mind. The older stuff like this is so hard to find cheap that I don't mind buying it a little bit beat up just to fill my collection. And then later on, if I have more money or I luck out, I'll get a better condition. Then I can sell this one and actually make a profit on that one. Okay, we got Fighting Forces number 109. Such a cool cover. I love the old school war and horror and all the genre stuff from that era. And this one's not bad. It's definitely a very good, maybe a very good plus. It has a couple little like creasy bits there and the spine's slightly worn. Okay, so they have a very good minus at 4 and a very good fine at 6. So $4 is probably right around the market price for that. But still, that was a cool cover. $4 definitely had to add it. Okay, we have more Nick Cardy. I just love the Nick Cardy stuff. This is an awesome cover. I absolutely love this cover. Now, this one isn't as nice as the other ones I got from the other person, but still $4 is a good price. This one I was kind of debating if I want to pay $4 for it just because of the condition. Isn't, you know, it's probably more like a fine, maybe a very good plus. but it's also one of my favorite Nick Cardy covers. I just love this weird sci-fi alien dude under the ground, and like Superman's there, just like the action. There's so much tension. Love it. Okay, so here a very good plus is 6. So yeah, $4 is a good price on this. Awesome cover. Okay, this is exciting. 10-cent Archie comics. I don't see these very often. I would buy all the 10-cent Archies I can find for $4 or, you know, $3-4. It was a no-brainer. Not in the best shape. It has some water stainage or something right here that's taking away the color. It's got some chips, but it's complete. It's definitely a solid good, maybe even good plus, just because there's no major pieces missing. Not 100% sure how much the color damage affects it, but $4 I thought was a great price. All right, so they're selling a good, very good for $7. So in this condition, 4 is probably right around market price, but I was still very happy to see that. You don't really see cheap Archies that often. Usually 10-cent Archies, people are charging $20, $30, $40, even in this low condition. So I was actually happy to get that. Okay, we have more awesome Nick Cardy. We have a Teen Titans number 8. I would love to put together a set of all the Teen Titans he did as well. Love that cover. It's awesome. Look how amazing it is. Just the tension and the action. You know, it's all 4. Is there 4? Yeah, 4 of them are fighting this robot. Combat in all different directions. There's so much going on. There's so much storytelling just in one image. I love it. I think this is the only Teen Titans I found too. I was looking for more. I just didn't see any. Now, not in the best shape. There's enough spine ticks that probably brings it down to a very good minus, maybe even a good plus. Let's see. Good plus they're selling for 6. Good, very good for 7. So $4 is good. This is probably more like a $5 to $6 comic. So I'm actually happy I picked that up. Okay, we got Lois Lane number 83. Fun cover. I really like it. Oh, it's a Neal Adams cover. Definitely good quality 1960s Neal Adams. Love it. It's in pretty decent shape. I would say it's probably around a fine. There's not really major damage. Slightly yellowed, but not terrible. They're selling fines for 6. Very good plus for 5. So this is on the edge. It might just make it into a 6. It's probably closer to a 5. So it's in between there. It's probably like a $6 to $7 comic. So $4 was great on that. All right, let's see what we got next. Okay, we have a Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis number 33. Now, not in very good shape. It's got chips here, and the spine is damaged, and this is like stained or water damaged. I was on the fence on this one, but I know this series is kind of hard to get, and I figured for $4, that's actually not that bad. Even the lower grade, I think that's a good price. Yeah, they don't even have any in stock. I know usually what I do is if I can't find the actual issue, I look for other issues around it. So number 35, a couple issues later, they have a good, very good for 45. And number 36, they have a good minus at $10. So in this condition, $4 is probably a little bit, it's probably about the market value. I just like, if I know something's rare and it's a good price, I like to pick it up. So that's cool. I think I have 2 or 3 others from this series. So now I have 10%. Gotta find some more. Okay, we have more 10-cent Archies. I was actually really happy to see these. Okay, so this is number 7. It's probably a good plus. There's enough little bit of damage around it that's not in the best shape. They're selling good pluses for $13 on my comic shop. So $4 is a good price on that. Then we have number 3. They don't have 3 in stock. Now this one is probably a good minus. It's got a chip there. No, it's probably a good. It's got some drawing on the face, which is always a big distractor, and has a chip. But other than that, it's not terrible. I don't see any list. They don't have any for sale, but this is probably similar in price to this other one. So $4 is a good price on that. Okay, and then we have Archie 112. So they're selling a good, very good for $8. This is probably, it's got like a little bit of a water stain right here. So this is probably lower grade. So $4 is probably right around its market value. Still really fun. I love anytime I can get 10-cent Archies, I'm happy. Okay, we have a cool Neal Adams Superman cover, Superman 234. This one is in pretty decent shape. There's no major damage. It's probably a very good plus to a fine. And maybe just a solid fine. It looks pretty good. Now they're selling a oxidized very good plus at $6. Very good plus at $6 and a fine at $18. So this is somewhere in between. This is probably like a $10 comic. That was awesome. Okay, we have King Size Iron Man Special number 2. Not too bad a shape. It's got 10 cents written here. The spine has a little bit of wear on it. But these square bound issues, you don't find them in nice shape that often. They're usually just because of the way they're made. They're beat up more often. So because it looks very nice, I figured $4 I had to grab it. So my comic shop, they only have fair copies for $2. So like I said, these ones tend to be more beat up when you find them. So I don't have the price. I don't know what they're selling for, but I'm assuming this would be a $10, $15 comic in this condition. You know, it's only a very good plus, but you don't really get them in that grade just because of the square bound. I find them with rolls on their spine. I find them with lots of damage. So this one I was actually really happy to get. Very presentable. We have Adam Strange Adventures number 225. Awesome cover. I don't think these were that great of a deal, but it's nice. It's definitely a solid find. Maybe even higher grade because I don't see any damage. I mean, the very minor like soiling or just on the spine, a little bit of foxing, it looks like. Just a very, very, very beautiful looking copy. They're selling a very good find for $5, a find minus for $6. So this is, I think, even slightly better than that. So probably a $6 to $8 comic. So $4 is a great price on that. All right, Strange Adventures number 222. A little bit of soiling on the white. You can see like a little rub, something else rubbed. It's ink on there. You see a little bit of wear, but solid, probably a fine. I don't see any major damage going on with it. Maybe, yeah, that's just in the artwork. Yeah, so that's maybe a little bit of a crease there. I think, well, this corner is a little bit dinged. So maybe a very good plus. Still just a very nice copy, especially for a black cover. Black covers get worn so much that you don't see too much of what you normally see. So I thought $4, why not? This one, they're selling a fine minus for $6. So $4 is a really good price on this. Easily probably like a $6 to $8 comic. Okay, number 223. Again, it looks very light foxing dots. I see like 2 or 3, but no major creases or tears. The black is pretty good. A slight rub up there. Probably a fine minus to a fine. And they're selling a very good fine at $5. So $4 is probably a little bit of a deal. It's probably like a $6 comic. Okay, 224. Love this cover. So cool. This guy just looks awesome. All right, 224. It's got a couple of nicks on the spine, so it's probably like a very good plus. Or, well, they're selling a very good at $5, very good fine at $6. So $4 is a good price. It's probably like a $5 to $6 comic. Okay, this is really cool. This is a nice looking Action 296. Love the cover. There's no major damage, so this one is probably a very good plus-ish. Maybe even a fine. I don't really see, you know, Action comics are this old. I don't see them in good shape that often. At least not in the cheap bins. If you see people putting out the mint ones, they're not mint, but you know, those kind of higher grade ones, you're not going to see this cheap. Okay, so they have a fine minus at 48, a very good plus at 29, a fair good at 4, and another fair good at 4. So this is probably somewhere in the $30 to $40. So $4 was a steal on this. I'm just looking at the condition of their 5.5. So I'm thinking this is slightly under a 5.5, which was, I was thinking it's probably more like, they have a 4.5. I'm guessing this is closer. This is probably like a 4 to 4.5. So this is probably $20 to $30. I'm going to look at it. There's got to be a major flaw. I don't know why this was in the $4 bin. $4 just seems way too cheap for this. There's got to be something wrong with it. Or it was accidentally in that bin. Maybe they made a mistake. I'm going to replace the bag. I don't like bags with tape on them. I like the self-sealing bags because I don't want to get any ink pulls, tape pulls. Okay, so cover is very nice. It's not as glossy as you might want, but I'm not seeing any major tears or anything that's going. Now this spine looks like it's a little bit crooked. I don't think it's cut. It might just be slightly rolled. Yeah, because on the back here you can see this is sticking the paper. The way the paper is, I think it has a very light spine roll on it. Spine has just very light. It's definitely like a 4. Even a 4.5. I don't know. It looks very... The pages are only slightly off-white. They're not too badly tanned. That cover looks good, just maybe slightly soiled. So I think the biggest flaw, it has a little bit of a crease there, but that you could probably press out if you pressed it. Nice. $4 was a steal on that. Definitely, if I was going to sell it, I'd probably want 20 to 30. Super happy with that. Okay, Walt Disney Comics number 189. It's fun getting 10-cent Disney stuff. All right, so this is actually pretty nice. It's got a little bit of a staining right there. A little foxing, a little bit of staining, a little bit of a chip. Overall, it's not that bad. I like it. I think it's in pretty decent shape. Probably like a very good minus, good plus. All right, so my comic shop's selling a good plus for $3.30. Good, very good at $3.90. A water damage 3.5 at $4.49, so it's probably in the $4 range. $4 is probably the market value on that, so I didn't get it for a steal. Still really cool. I love buying Golden Age stuff for $4. Okay, we have a giant size Hulk in really nice shape. It's got slight rubbing here, but other than that, it's probably a fine plus into a very fine. I don't know. Anytime I see these thick spine ones, I mean, as you can see, it was printed with like a roll on the spine. But anytime I can find these giant size issues and they look like pretty nice shape, I just love buying them. I'm just a sucker for a nice condition one. Okay, so they only have super high graded ones. I'm gonna check eBay on this. A lot of other giant size comics are coming up on eBay. I'm having a hard time finding this one. I'm guessing $4 is a great price on this. It was probably at least a $10, $15 comic in this condition. Awesome. Okay, another Challengers of the Unknown number 21. I accidentally bought it a second time. It's when I see DC Comics, 10-cent cover, $4, it's just like I can't resist cheap Golden Age. I mean, I guess that's early Silver Age DC stuff. I think this one's slightly less grade than the other one I got. So yeah, this one was fair to good, is $8.99. It's probably closer to good, and goods are $12. So I feel like $4 was a steal on this. I could probably put it in my shop for like $10, and it'll take a little while, but it will sell, and it'll pay for the one I kept and a little bit of something else. Okay, we have The Many Loves of Dobby Gillis. It's a 10-cent DC. I can't resist that. It's not in the best shape. It's got a little bit of stain here. I don't know if that's a chip corner. It might just be dog-eared. I might have to flip that out. It's got some creasing. It's probably a good. You know, there's no major damage. It looks very presentable. There's no major like pieces missing or chunks out of it. So it's like a good plus. A 10-cent DC I can't resist. When I see them, I just have to get them. All right, so I can't find a 7 for sale. I mean, they're out of them. But they have a fair to good 1.5 number 6 for $9.80. And a very good 1.5 number 8 for $9.80. So I'm guessing this is about a $10 comic. $4 is a good price on that. Okay, we have some more cool Superman. I believe this is a Kurt Swan cover. Okay, let me look this one up. This one has a little bit of soiling or staining here and some damage. It's probably a very good. Okay, so they're selling a good, very good for $5 on my comic shop. So it's at least $5, maybe $6. So $4 is a pretty good price on that. Okay, we have Challengers of the Unknown number 43. I love the dinosaur covers. So let's look at this one. It's got a little bit of wear. It's got some creasing there. It's probably a good plus, very good minus, which they're selling for $5.80 for a very good minus. So $4 is probably right around the marketplace, maybe a little bit under. Either way, I love the cover. Had to have it. Okay, we have Durango Kid number 11. So we had some more Silver Age stuff. I love finding kind of more interesting or better Silver Age stuff. You can sometimes find the cartoony and the cheaper stuff. This is something I don't think you'd normally find for $4. I mean, I guess it's a cowboy comic. Those tend to be a little bit cheaper. But I just love the way the cover looks. Just this perspective going up the oil tower. Very cool. And my comic shop doesn't have one in stock. So I'm going to look at eBay to see if any of these sold. All right, so I can't find that issue sold. Number 24 went for $9. Number 30 went for $3. Number 33 went for $20. So number 11 is kind of a lower issue. It's got foxing on it, so it's not, you know, it's got a little bit of staining along the edges. But overall, it's very presentable. I don't think the condition's that bad. It's probably a very good minus, good plus, because there's no major tears or chunks missing. I'm guessing it's probably a $10 to $15 comic. $4 is probably a really good price on that. Okay, we have From Beyond the Unknown number 6. I love these weird, like, in this issue we got weird praying mantises riding humans. Like, are they humans? Are there horses? And they're the intelligence? I just thought it was cool. It's probably in worse condition than I thought at first because it has a crease here that I kind of missed. And there's a little bit here. It's probably like a very good minus. So they're selling a very good at $4.80. So $4 is probably right around the marketplace. Maybe a little bit higher than it should have been. Okay, we have Brave and the Bold number 73. Awesome cover. Okay, let's look at it. It's got some chipping here. A lot of chipping, actually. A little bit there. So it's probably like a good plus, very good minus again. A little bit lower than the grade I would want just based on the chipping, but not terrible. but it's also a more desirable comic book. This one is going to be harder to find for cheap. So they're selling a good plus at $8, a good is $7, a good very good is $9, a very good minus is $11. So $4 is a great price. It's probably more like an $8 to $10 comic. Awesome. Okay, we have more Golden Age stuff. And again, like a pretty cool looking cover. Something that you probably wouldn't normally find in the cheap bins. And not in bad condition. I mean, there's no major tears. It's got some wear on the spine, but the staples are solid. They're attached. There's no like big creases, you know, just a couple light hints, a little bit of aging, a little bit yellowing, but not terrible, not really badly stained. So this is issue number 39. They have a good 2.5 for $40. It has a 2-inch split from the base of the comic book. Yeah, you look at the one on here, that's got like a big chunk out of it. This looks beat up. This one does not. This one has light bits of wear. I feel like $4 is a steal on this. This might be a $50 comic book, maybe even more. Awesome. I love it when I can get a deal. Okay, next we have Faucets Funny Animals number 68. Now this one is in pretty bad shape. It's got like animal chewing or something going along here that's destroyed the spine really badly. And it's got a couple other tears and creases, but I just love the cover. It's just very colorful and vibrant. I love the way it's printed. Just the hues, not the hues, the shadowing or the way they colored it. It just looks really cool. I want to try to get more of these. I just love the way it looks. And you know, it's the 1940s Golden Age, so it's a little bit older. I mean, technically this is like Shazam Rabbit or Captain Marvel Rabbit. You know, it's not just a random rabbit, but it's actually from the Captain Marvel line of comics. So I thought that was cool. Yeah, they don't have any in stock. All right, so looking at some of the other issues, they have 72 at 1.8 is $10, 73 at 1.5 is $16. And this cover is better than those. This is just a really cool looking cover. So $4 is probably right around the market value, but it might have been a bit of a deal. Either way, I absolutely love this cover. I think it's so cool. Ah, okay, and then this is the one I was super excited to get. So we have a Ha Ha Comics number 24 in pretty decent shape. It has the person's name on it. That honestly, for Golden Age comic books, that just gives it prominence. That I don't think really takes away from it that much. There's no major tears, a little bit of spine wear. This is definitely a solid, very good copy of this. I love it. It is awesome. As a kid, my grandma used to give me Golden Age comics every Christmas and birthday. She had like a box full that she got from a tenant in the 1970s. They moved out, left their comics behind. And so she slowly gave these away to my cousins and my brother and I. So I was a little bit young. My brother's older. My cousin is older than my brother. So I know he got a lot of like the superhero stuff. My brother got superhero stuff. I got a lot of the cartoony stuff. So I absolutely love it. It just reminds me of those every Christmas, every birthday. I would open up a box and get some weird comic book that, you know, made no sense to me because it wasn't something that I could go out and buy. But I loved them. I thought they were the coolest thing. And $4 on this issue is definitely a steal because every time I try to buy a few on eBay or look online, they're not cheap. Yeah, so they're selling a fair good for $9. In this shape, I'm guessing this is probably a $20 to $40 comic book. Yeah, I can't find this one even sold on eBay. So I definitely, this and Funny Folks and a couple other, the humor comics that I had a couple of as a kid, I definitely, over the next few years, I would like to get a bunch of them. Try to put sets together. Absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful. Awesome. I think my favorite comic from this whole, I mean, they're all my favorite comics, because usually when I buy comic books, I buy collections. So I have stuff I really, really want, and stuff that I have already. But in this case, every single comic book was ones I picked out because I wanted them. So this is actually a lot of really awesome comics to me. But this Ha Ha Comics for $4 was a great deal. Easily worth $15 to $20. So again, this issue for $4, oh yeah, definitely. I love just how big it is, how colorful it is. And it's actually in relatively good shape. It's probably a very good. I'm actually really happy with it. So that was awesome. So let me know in the comments below what your favorite comics were from this video. I want to thank my patrons for supporting my channel. With their help, I'm able to do more videos like this more often. If you want to help support my channel as well, I'll put a link to Patreon right there. If this is one of the first time you watched one of my comic hauls and you really enjoyed it, why don't you click the robot's face to subscribe? Why not? We'll make more comic hauls just for you. I'm going to put a couple other comic book hauls right there. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!